r/petty revenge. Police were called because of leaves. That's gonna cost you. This is recent and very petty, but great. My friend keeps a very clean yard. In the fall, he likes to get all the leaves before it rains, and they become a to pull up. His neighbor doesn't care about his yard, as he has owned the house for a few years and still has not moved in. He lives a few states away. As my friend was finishing up sucking up the leaves with his machine, some of them blew into the neighbor's driveway. Maybe 20 leaves total. My friend finished up and went inside. About 20 minutes later, there was a knock on the door and squad car outside. The officer said they received a complaint about leaves being blown into the driveway. The neighbor had been watching on his doorbell cam and decided this transgression warranted police intervention. You could tell the officer was visibly annoyed. As my friend asked the officer to look at his yard and then his neighbor's, the pettiness. The neighbor had an old car shipped and dropped in the driveway about 8 months ago, where it has sat ever since. Remember, he still lives a few states away. While my friend told the officer he would clean the leaves promptly, he asked the officer if he could do him a favor. Check the car for proper tags. The officer saw the car in question and gave a slight smile. While my friend cleaned the leaves out of the driveway, then officers were walking around the car looking at the VIN and running information. You could hear the neighbor on his doorbell asking what the problem was. There is a law. Any car that is in the driveway must have tags and insurance on them. The police gave him a call and told him his car was in violation, and he either needed to put the car in the garage, which would need to be lifted and dropped in the garage, or get the registration, insurance, and an e-check on the car that can't be driven taken care of within 2 weeks, or they will be back to tow the car and ticket him. Dude cost himself a 10-hour car ride to get his car lifted and stuffed in the garage all over a few dead leaves.
You/angry for no reason at all.
I've never been one to cheer for someone having to pay for something, but this is splendid. Great job.
Where I live, the police don't respond to property crime, theft, burglary, or stolen cars. I can't imagine 20 leaves.
Away from big cities, a lot of cops are bored as and will respond to absolutely everything, no matter how petty.
Can verify. Live in Arkansas, near Little Rock, but you get just a couple miles away and it goes rural real fast. In my town, if one cop pulls you over for anything, you can expect at least 3 more cars to show up just to be seen to be doing something. They don't necessarily look for things to ticket you for, but if they have a question about one of your lights, they'll talk to you. And if you don't have anywhere to go immediately, you probably will find yourself in a friendly conversation with them for a while. Like I said, rural, and all the guys I've talked to in the police department are friendly. Haven't met any of the type to throw their weight around yet.
Can confirm, ran out of gas once on a major road, Route 1, in a small town. Before I could cuss myself out, a cop pulled up because it was a corner with no shoulder. He drove me to the gas station, apologizing for the cramped conditions in back, about a mile down the street, so that I could buy a gas can and get a gallon of gas, and then gave me a ride back. 2 squad cars had cordoned off my vehicle to ensure that no one hit me or the people going around me. Must have been all the cops in town tied up in that. 1010s would run out of gas in a small town again.
You/Gomazoa93. If only your neighbor would leave you alone.
I believe he learned a lesson.
But he had to go out on a limb for it.
You all need to make like a tree and get the hell out of here.
Hope you guys all enjoyed this story. I apologize for the last part, but it made me laugh, and I just had to include it. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure to follow for new videos every day.